Let's take a look at the design story behind Swansea, our beautiful lake house project on Melbourne's Mornington Peninsula. I was so excited when you came to me with this new project. Glen Isla Drive, a place very close to my heart. For me, the biggest challenge was not only trying to do something different to offer Mount Martha something that they haven't really seen before, but to create that really beautiful romance that you don't see in a lot of new homes. It's really interesting. People were driving past during the construction phase and I'd get calls, what style do you call that? And, they were confused. Some thought, is it Hamptons? Is it modern farmhouse? What is it? But we really deep dived early on in the specification for this project. And I'd come across this incredible style called Lake House, which comes from the Muskoka Lake in Ontario. And it's this fusion of, I guess you could call it that, traditional Hamptons, but with the industrial edge of modern farmhouse. Lake House.
Lake House, and I think it really nails the brief of what we're after, and it was really well received by all the community, all the trades on site. Everyone that's been involved with the project has really loved working on it.
And it was really pretty from the front, yet it still had gutsy elements, so it wasn't too quaint.
I think it's enough bold without being over the top, and it's enough romantic without being too soft.
So we did have a low point in the project when we had...
Did we?
We did. It was a really big low point because what I love about working with you is you let us go. So we sit together and we work through the space planning and you're very involved in that. And then when it comes to interiors, you say, Kate, we've got you and your team for a reason. Go do your thing. So
that's your specialty.
Well, we spent months putting this together. The whole team was deep diving and researching. And
I forgot to tell you something, didn't I?
Yes, you did. It would have been helpful. That you hate the colour blue.
I don't hate blue, it's just not my favourite.
Well, like 2 days before presentation, you come in and you say, I hope it's not blue. And I said to the design team, oh my goodness, Steve hates blue. And the whole thing was blue.
It was pretty blue and it was a lot to take in, but seeing it all come together and the way it was presented, you absolutely had me convinced.
And I think that's a really important thing when you talk about developments. You're not designing for yourself. So, when I'm going to be talking to you and Lucy about your own home, Anglesey, different story.
I hope so.
I'll actually interview you and find out what you like and what you don't like. But for this one, it was good to push you outside your comfort zone a little bit. And coastal location, lake house, Mount Martha, I think blue was the right solution.
I suppose with the flat lay, all the colours are there right in front of you. The white walls don't present in the flat lay, and the things that soften it and the size and scale, everything's there and everything's amplified. And once it goes into the home, everything sort of melds together with the beautiful brass fittings and features, the beautiful sisal carpets that we've got in there. It all works really well, and the oak flooring takes sort of pride and place. That's such a big element of the home.
It is, and we had so much texture with shiplap walls and beautiful doors that had texture. Texture is something that I'm really passionate about, and I often say, texture's the new colour, because I think colour makes the home look great and it gives it an identity, but texture actually makes it feel.
The beautiful custom chevron doors that we've put in there, in that soft grey colour, really ground the blues that we've got.
And how gutsy did they feel? Like really chunky.
Amazing.
Yeah. And what I enjoyed with working with you is you trust the process, and for us as designers that's really important. You didn't change one element of the specification. Sometimes it's heartbreaking for us when you put all this work in and your specification gets lost in the process. It never does with you guys. And the other thing is that everything is installed so beautifully, like high quality trades, amazing joiners, and that can be seen and can be felt.
We pride ourselves on the product that we complete, and we make sure that all of our trades share that enthusiasm and that quality and pride in their work. So it's a really big deal for us to make sure that the project is from start to finish at that high level. And that obviously starts with the design. So the last thing we want to do is go and change the design because then it's not a KWD design. You know, it's a
watered down version.
We wanted to be true to the design that you guys put together because you could see and you can feel the time and the effort and the passion that goes into that. And nailing that lake house was not something that we could do without your expertise.
But you gave us a challenge, like you gave us some really hard budget, you know, Jono, when we got the email saying this is what we're spending on floors and this is what we're spending on tiles. That was a challenge for us because I do like to design without a bridle.
Yep.
But, you know, at the end of the day, when it's a development, it needs to make fiscal sense for you. And I was actually really proud with some of the hacks that we put into this project. The floor tiles, they were really sensibly priced floor tiles.
And the way that it looks at the end, mixing some of those value products with high-end products, really you can keep the high-end feel without having everything over the top, and I think we did a really good job of that.
And have you spoken to the owners, new owners?
I have new owners, absolutely in love.
Are they?
They are.
I had a couple of Instagram messages which I thought was lovely.
Right,
so.
They have been following us and you for a while, and they're really happy with their new home.
And that's what it's all about, to appreciate that we're designing a home for someone. So yes, it's what you do on the daily, and it's what I do on the daily, but to be the creators and the builders of these really special properties that then are going to be homes for people to create their lifelong memories, it's pretty special.
It is pretty special, but for them to come along at the end of the project and feel such a connection to it and fall in love with it makes it all worthwhile.
So I've got so many exciting projects in the pipeline together. It's been really exciting for us to work alongside you because I feel like together we're really changing the architectural landscape of Mount Martha and Mornington, just one house at a time.
With our projects getting bigger and better and the timeless classics that we're designing and building, I think it's definitely changing the real estate market.
And you can see from our portfolio that we definitely have a passion for traditional homes.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're almost designing tomorrow's classic. We're designing these traditional homes and you're building them to last. So all in all, we've probably got, 5 or 6 years of projects ahead of us.
Absolutely.
Lucky we get along.
It makes it really easy to work together. Getting along, you understand what we're asking for, and we always know what we're going to get from you guys. We just don't know what colour it'll be.
No more blue?
A little bit of blue is okay.
Okay, great.